KJ.
You know, Steve, as we're here on Sunday, I'm sure that maybe you've had some wrestling training, maybe you haven't, but on the first day of training school, you know, you have to learn how to do the collar and elbow tie-up, you have to learn how to take the bumps, and then immediately following that, as you will probably know, is you have to get wrapped up in barbed wire, and that is what...
On the first day of training, Sabu gave to me.
Getting cut out of barbed wire and ripping open your bicep. Namaste.
I mean, I'd forgotten this match, and you mentioned it last week, and I thought, "Ooh, I've not seen that." But right now, this is a treat, actually.
It sure is. It sure is. I am KJ. This is Steve. Good times here, and we are discussing Sabu versus Terry Funk, 1997. It is a barbed wire rope match. A barbed wire match is what they call it. The ropes replaced entirely with barbed wire bits. Steve, how did you feel? How did you feel when I presented it? I cut you off. Continue.
Well, my barbed wire bits were quite excited. I mean, when you told me about it, and thank you for getting the intro in because I'd forgotten about it completely. I think that it's really difficult, even with two hardcore icons, to do a barbed wire match because you've got, okay, no ropes, barbed wire. What else? They're going to have to avoid the barbed wire. What else? But they managed to make something extraordinary out of this.
Yes, they certainly did. And it's for the ECW heavyweight title, okay? It is a match that was so extreme that it could only be seen on home video. They didn't produce it for the television. They didn't produce it for the pay-per-view. Home video exclusive for ECW. All those cape traders back in the day. Steve in the back seat of his car calling over the hoodlums being like, do you want this little thing here?
That's not the only thing that I said when I said, do you want this little thing here? That's not the only thing I was trading. People said it wasn't true at all. But thank you for raising that. Well, I certainly did. Anyway, I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? You know, these two are, and by the way, I have a Terry Funk story. I met the man and I feel quite ashamed that he did International Showdown here, 2014, no, before then, 2020, early 2000s. And he had a merchandise table. And it took me ages to get there. And he had one shirt. He had the Funk U shirt. It was a small. And I thought, I can't. He went to my last one. Come on, brother. My last one. And I turned him down.
Oh, no.
I feel terrible even to this day. Because
you need to shut the fuck up.
Yes, I did. But then I needed to say, okay, even though it can go on my wall, or I could give it to a small pony or something like that, but at least he would have had 25 quid, which would have been good. This is great because you've got they know what they're doing, and we do have the avoidance of the barbed wire to begin with, which the audience want.
Yes, we got that for a few minutes. And then all hell kind of breaks loose. There's a lot in this match, so we have to give you the Cliff Notes version, okay? Go out of your way to go and see this. I had to hunt this down for Steve. He couldn't find it. But it is findable. It is findable. And they avoid the barbed wire for the first bit. And then Sabu is the first person that gets hit into the barbed wire because he goes for a roll-up, I do believe, and he gets pushed and he gets shoved right into the barbed wire at first. And there's the famous cutting of the bicep. So for the first 10 minutes of the match, I'm just like, is this when it happened? Is this when it happened? Is this when it happened? Like every time I was just on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, because he goes into the barbed wire a couple of times and sort of favours his arm. And I think, is it now? Is it now?
Yeah.
I just want to say very quickly that one thing they do, and that Funk does so well, is he actually gives us some wrestling.
Yes.
So, because you've got a camel clutch as well from Sabu, but I mean, you have got you've got a nasty neck breaker into a pile driver, horrible pile driver, into a DDT. So they try. What can we do if we can't just keep doing the barbed wire stuff? Try some wrestling, lads. And they do that. Great. Really well done. But you've also got the crotching of Sabu. The crotching of Sabu right on the barbed wire. Vienna Boys Choir, folks.
Love that. And Terry Funk is so rude as well because he just grabs Sabu by his pants, tears the pants apart. Just...
Do you mind, Terry? That's expensive stuff. Expensive stuff, this. It's my pants.
Honestly, and just punching him in the head and just beating the ever-loving piss out of him. And then, of course, finally, Sabu, gets the advantage. Terry Funk is in the corner. He is bleeding. He is covered in the barbed wire. Sabu goes for the jump with the chair, the Arabian leg, whatever. And sure enough, he hits the turnbuckle. He hits the corner, slices his bicep open, and calls for Fonzie right away. And the only thing that they can produce is tape.
Well, he asks Fonzie, doesn't he? I mean, you see a close-up as well of that wound, which is not good. Because it's just starting. And you can see, the great thing is, you can see that Sabu thinks, oh, fuck, this is serious. You can see him think, oh, actually, I think this could be serious. I can feel it. And Alfonso goes away, clearly thinks, I mean, they've got EMTs there, but obviously there's nobody with anything to help them. So he brings back a roll of tape. And Sabu tries to put it round his arm while still taking part in the match.
Yes, he takes a neck breaker while he's just taping himself together, and he on chairs. Terry Funk does this to him, and then the match breaks down further, and this is what we're going to come to it. I want to talk a little bit about it, about whether or not things go a little too far. Is this a case? Because we cut open the barbed wire ropes, we get the wire cutters, we're cutting them open. Eventually, RVD shows up, wrapping Terry Funk in barbed wire, which has been cut up. So Terry Funk is wrapped in barbed wire. Ultimately, Sabu gets wrapped up in barbed wire after Tommy Dreamer comes out to dispose of Rob Van Dam. Very exciting moment. DDT puts him, takes him, carries him out. But now these two men are covered in barbed wire and bleeding through tables.
Yes, and you do have, if I remember rightly, Sabu doing the same spot twice. So, the leg drop over the top, through the barbed wire, Terry Funk, and the table on the outside. And the second time he does that, he rolls him back in, and the referees have to help them roll themselves back in because they can't separate themselves. So you can see the refs thinking, this is quite serious. We haven't got gloves on here.
And it's like they can't move. They can barely move. They are bleeding everywhere. Terry Funk is he's so covered, and yet he kicks out. He
kicks out, and then it's almost as if they said to each other, we probably need to take this home because we can't go any further with this, can we? So we get a pin, and the crowd are a bit, oh, was that the pin? I thought you just kicked out. And Joey Styles has to say, well, I think the blood loss from the barbed wire got to him.
Not quite, but we have ourselves the new ECW champion. Sabu wins his first heavyweight title. That's a great plus. And then they have to spend the next 7 minutes cutting each other out of the barbed wire, and both men cussing.
Yeah. And you also hear
these people to cut them out.
Yes, you also hear Sabu saying, "I'll be all right. This is a man who famously didn't speak. Don't give us that." Plus, he can't celebrate, and Bill Alfonso has to kind of half pick him up and okay.
Because Bill Alfonso has been fucked up too during the match. He's
Well,
been carved up with barbed wire and bleeding
He
as
has,
well.
but I was kind of wondering because he's carved up on the back by Funk. I mean, quite a lot. And I thought, stop that, you're getting a bit deep. But I didn't see too much blood on his back. I don't know whether he got a really tough back. Maybe he was born with like a shell on his back, like a hedgehog or a tortoise. But there's no blood there. It's weird. But I mean, this match is a supreme piece of work.
Yes. And it goes to my question. Do you feel like this is a match that goes too far in the violence? That's what I put here.
Well, they do, but I think it does go too far, but I don't mind because they were they were so excited to do it, but it didn't work out the way they wanted. It was just, we never thought that they might get stuck together. But I can understand that they thought, take it as far as we can, folks. These two people want it. Let's take it. And I really admire that to a certain extent. Like the giant actually falling off the top of the building, during the duo trucks.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. You got to go whole hog. It is an extraordinary match. It is one that you should go out of your way to see. Absolutely. Next week, it is your turn, Steve. It is your turn to choose.
We'll stay with ECW, but I don't know yet whether I'm going to give you the shit or the shockingly good.
Oh my goodness. Well, whatever it is, the good, the bad, the ugly, it doesn't really matter because the good times, they are now.
Where are the white women at? It's good time with Stephen KJ. Stephen KJ.